Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about 12 things that are probably stopping you from becoming a life coach. My name is Krista Kathleen, and I am a professional certified life coach and business mentor, and I specialize in training and certifying purpose-driven human beings in becoming online life coaches. If you're watching this, you probably are interested in becoming a life coach, which is extremely exciting. I think this is the best career choice in the world. I've been doing this the past 5 years and wake up every day literally feeling fulfilled and so excited to work with my clients and to help to change their lives. But a lot of times what I found is that we have these stories and these limiting beliefs and these fears that really can prevent us from training to become a life coach and putting our coaching services out there. So I want to help you to get over some of these things so you can walk away from this video being really confident and excited to decide if you're ready to become a certified life coach, because I really think you are. There's just a few things that we have to help you to get through. Okay, so the first thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is thinking that your life has to be perfect. No, that's not the case. Actually, when I started training to become a life coach, I recently got divorced and got fired from my nursing career, and my life felt like a shit show. But it was really the universe clearing and making this path so I could go into the line of work that my soul really felt called to do. And working on my coaching business, I like to say, really saved me during that time as well. And being able to help others and coach others made me feel fulfilled and not focus so much on the fact that my life was a shit show and my life was far from perfect. So please don't wait for your life to be perfect before becoming a life coach, because that's really never going to happen. And my life still isn't perfect. And that's just how life works. So there's always going to be something that we're currently going through or something that will happen. And you just need to trust in yourself that you'll have the right support and the tools to get through it. And can you put all of that aside for an hour when you're with your clients? This is what I would do. Is when I was going through my hardest times, is I would say, okay, I get to take a break from my life problems for the next hour, and I get to completely focus on my client and help them. And then after that, I can go back to everything. And it really helped to kind of compartmentalize it in that way. So I want to invite you to do that as well. If life feels messy, that's okay. Trust yourself that you can still show up and hold space for your clients during their sessions. And also, another side note on this as well is people don't hire perfect life coaches. I'm really vulnerable with putting my story out there with some of my hardest moments. I even wrote a book called Beyond the White Picket Fence, where I talk about my biggest skeletons in my past as a way to let people know that they're not alone. And people like to hire life coaches that they trust and that aren't going to judge them. It's a very intimate relationship working with your coach. So just remember that people don't hire perfect life coaches, so you don't have to be perfect. And your people want to see the real authentic version of you, so that way they know that they're not alone in their own life struggles as well. Okay, the second thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is being afraid of failing, which is completely normal. Anytime you're stepping outside your comfort zone, you're chasing after your dreams, of course the fear of failure is going to come up. But also remember that failure is a huge part of success. You can't have success without failure. So actually, we all want to be aiming to fail, because that means that we actually got our ass off the couch and went out and tried something. And every time you try something new, you're going to get answers. And it's okay to find out when things don't work. This has happened lots and lots of times in my coaching business over the years, where I've tried to put out different group programs and one-to-one offers and haven't had people sign up. And so I was just like, okay, that didn't work. I'm going to try something else and find a way to make it work until it does work, because I was fully committed to making my business work and would not go back into full-time nursing because I hated being a nurse. So it's okay to fail. We actually want you to fail because that means you're on the right path to success, and decide ahead of time that your business is going to work, and you'll do whatever it takes to have a successful coaching business. Okay, the third thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is feeling like you'll never be able to replace your income from your full-time day job. I remember this is one of the biggest things that stopped me from becoming a life coach sooner. Is as much as I did not enjoy being a nurse, I liked knowing that I was going to get that steady paycheck into my bank account every 2 weeks. And this is what happens to a lot of us, right? We want the security to know that we'll have the money to take care of ourselves and pay our bills, which is totally understandable. But you have to also know too that if this is something that you really want bad enough, you can make it happen. And to be completely honest and transparent with my journey, it wasn't an overnight thing. It didn't happen in one weekend, but it was about the course of 2 years of consistently showing up each week in my business and creating like Facebook Lives and YouTube videos and inviting people to work with me, that I was able to replace my full-time income, which I think is actually pretty quick and fast. We always say give it at least a good 2 to 3 years before you start to see a profit in your own business. And you have to remember too, like you're creating something from scratch. Like you have to start to build up relationships with people and earn their trust. And you have to try a lot of different things. Like we talked about the failing thing, you're going to find a lot of things that don't work. So you just need to give yourself time. Don't put pressure on yourself to be an overnight success, because most people in this industry are not an overnight success. I don't care what you're seeing on these crazy Facebook ads and marketing trainings and everything. It's going to take a couple years if you want to replace your income, and it is possible. I did it. So here's a success story right here. Just kind of be thinking about a plan too. Like some people, it depends on what your risk tolerance is. Some people are like, I'm quitting my job tomorrow and I'm just going to figure out a way to make it work. Some people like those deadlines and that pressure. For me, I don't like that. That doesn't work for me. I kind of like to ease into things. So, what I would recommend is having like 6 months worth of savings. So that way you have some time to figure things out and you don't have to be worried about bringing in money right away. Instead of being like worried all the time of how am I going to make this work, just know it is possible and start to, ask yourself, say, okay, what can I do to start to get myself ready to replace my full-time income with my coaching business? Okay, the fourth thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is thinking that you have to have your niche already figured out. No, that's not the case. Actually, that's why you would want to join my life coach certification program this fall, because that's something that we would teach you, is how to quickly figure out your niche and figure out, what is the number one problem you help to solve? What is that special population to help them to overcome their pain points and to achieve their deepest desires. And I also like to say too, by taking action is where you're going to get your clarity. So when I first started out coaching, I just was like, I know I want to help people. And that's where a lot of life coaches start out. So I just kind of use like a general thing of like, I'm going to help people to create their dream lives and achieve their goals, and we're going to put a plan together. Like, it just kept it really general like that. And there was a lot of people that were interested in that. And so I started working with one-to-one clients with, who just wanted like a general life coach. And then what I ended up finding was that over time, I was like attracting a certain type of person that had certain type of request. And I found out that everyone that was working with me also wanted to become life coaches as well. And so I ended up doing like a lot of mentoring and training. And then that's when I was like, okay, I think eventually like I want to just focus on training coaches alone and then open up my own life coach training program, which is what I'm doing now. So I would have never known that from the beginning. I just had to start coaching and then I figured it out along the way. So I want to invite you to do the same, and also know that when you join my life coach training certification program this fall, I have some amazing journal prompts and exercises that can quickly help you to figure out who your niche is and what is the number one problem you have to solve. Because once you know that, it's so much easier moving forward to create marketing content and to create your coaching programs as well. And then it becomes so much fun too. Okay, so the fifth thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is thinking that you have to have like a health background or a mental health training background in like maybe psychology or nursing or social work or something like that. And that's actually not the case. Like there are no requirements that you need to become a life coach. I've worked with people from all walks of life and all kinds of different professions to help them become a life coach. I've worked with hairstylists, real estate agents, yoga teachers, stay-at-home moms, right? So when you go through a life coach training program, you're going to get all those skills that you need to, be a really great coach, set up a coaching session, and how to start an online coaching business. So you don't need to have any prior background or experience. Now, it's not going to hurt to, have like a sales background or marketing, or to be like, a therapist or a counselor, like all of that previous stuff and maybe other trainings and certifications you've gone through. Definitely feel free to pull that in, to your offerings. I've seen one of my clients she had I like to say it's like Renaissance woman, and she was a like CrossFit instructor. She was a yoga instructor. She was a Reiki practitioner. And then she trained to become a life coach. And she had pulled in like her experiences with health and alternative healing to create this really amazing coaching package for her clients. So remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's really open and flexible. And just remember, you don't need to have any type of formal training or prior background in sales or marketing or health related fields in order to train to become a life coach. Okay, so the sixth thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is not having money to start, which I totally understand and get it. There is a lot of things that we need to be paying in life, and especially when you become a mom and then you start doing childcare, like holy cow, that shit is expensive. There are bills to pay, and trust me, I get it. You're not alone. However, the cool thing is starting an online coaching business does not cost a lot of money at all. When I first started coaching people, I basically just used Facebook Messenger video, and I just had people like tell me a time that worked for them. I plugged it into my calendar, and then we hopped on Facebook Messenger video for 60 minutes, and we did our call. And then sometimes I would create worksheets for them through the free app in Canva. And that was it. And people started paying me for my time and to do this. And it literally cost like no money. Also too, there's a lot of coaches out there who are training that need pro bono clients. So in my coach training program this fall, that's going to be one of the requirements is that you have to start finding clients to coach. And a lot of times you don't have to, but a lot of times new coaches want to start out with pro bono or free clients so that they can get practice. So what that means for you is, in my Facebook group, feel free to put a message out there and say, hey, I'm looking for a coach who wants to take on a pro bono client who could help me with X, Y, and Z. And there you go. You get like free one-on-one coaching to, help you get started with creating your dream life and putting together an action plan to help you get all this together. So where there's a will, there's a way. Please don't let money stop you. There's so many free resources on the internet. I have this YouTube channel that has all these amazing, valuable trainings. I have my free new life coach starter checklist. Like there's just so many things that can help you get started for free. And that, you just have to do some money mindset and trust that the money will show up. I've had this happen too all the time with clients where they're like, Krista, I really, really want to work with you. And the money's just not there yet. And I'm like, well, trust that it will show up. And then literally the next day they're like, Krista, oh my gosh, I got a raise at work. And it's literally for the exact amount of money that I need to work with you. And so I really do believe that the universe is on our side. The universe has our back, and the money will show up. Or we can also ask ourselves, how can I create the money as well? Okay, the seventh thing that might be holding you back from becoming a life coach is not having confidence yet. And maybe you're asking yourself the $1 million question is, who am I to be helping to change people's lives? I remember feeling that way in the beginning. I think every new life coach does. So it's okay to feel like that. And it's scary thinking about coaching someone. Something though that I do want to help you with is remembering that it's not your responsibility to get your clients results. All you have to do is you have to create this sacred container, and you have to trust your clients that they can get the results for themselves. And when you bring that deep form of trust in yourself and in them, it becomes a beautiful recipe for them believing more in themselves. So remember to take the pressure off of yourself, and you are not responsible for getting your clients results. They will get their own results. And then just also remember too that confidence takes time, confidence takes practice. So that's where maybe every week you can be doing some mindset work, and you can be saying, like, what does it look like for me to show up as a confident coach? Whatever answer that is, starting to practice that. So confidence just doesn't naturally come. Confidence is something that you need to practice. And then also something that will really help too is taking a life coach training, because in my training program, every week you're going to be getting to attend a 2-hour coaching lab where you're going to be getting to practice coaching, and then you're going to get real-time feedback afterwards. Then you're also going to get partnered with a peer, and you're going to coach each other every week too. So you're going to get so much practice coaching other people, in this safe environment, and then also getting some feedback as well. That will really help you to feel good and feel ready to start coaching real clients. Okay, the eighth thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is thinking that you've had to go through really hard life events or had a hard knock life in order to become a life coach. And of course, the answer is no. I know that I have this big story, right? I just put it in my book, Beyond the White Picket Fence, talking about how I got divorced and fired and, grew up as a strict Lutheran and had an abortion at 22 years old, and all these things that led me to becoming a life coach. If you haven't read it yet, you should totally check it out. It's a really cool story. And a lot of times life coaches will, want to turn their pain into purpose, and they have gone through really hard things and say, no, I want to help people get through similar times as well. But that's not a requirement to be a coach. You just have to trust and listen. And if your soul is saying that I feel called to help people in this way, then just listen and honor to that. And it doesn't matter what your background story is. In my course, we'll be teaching you how to use your story as a powerful form of marketing and to find your ideal client. And everybody has a story. Everybody has an important story, no matter how big and traumatic or little or insignificant it may seem in your head. I'm really, really good at helping to pull out my clients' stories and use it in a way to help them to attract their ideal client. Okay, the ninth thing that might be stopping you, I'm like wondering, am I doing the right hand things? Yeah. I used to be an online English teacher, and we always had to talk with our hands. So that's why I still do that. Okay. So the ninth thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is being afraid of what your friends and family might think. I was definitely worried about this in the beginning for myself as well. I thought everyone was going to think that I was going through a quarter midlife crisis, which I actually was. I talk about that in my book. But you have to think about it too. Do you want to spend the rest of your life being worried about what people are going to think? I would assume the answer is not, right? That's a terrible way to live. And really, it's a selfish way of thinking, because most people aren't spending their day being worried about the decisions that we're making in our lives. So your friends and family may be, at first, they may think it's a little weird. They're going to have questions. Maybe they even have judgments. It's okay. They'll get over it. They'll survive. You will survive. And then guess what's going to happen? Is you're going to be making a shit ton of money, and you're going to be helping to change lives all over the world. And you're going to be loving your life, and you're going to be loving your job. And then everyone's going to be coming up to you and saying, I want to do what you do. Can you teach me how you're doing what you're doing? That is what happened to me. Can you get through that initial time when people are going to be questioning you? Yes, you can. And then also too, in my life coach training program, you'll have the support, you'll have the community. You're going to be with students who are also going through similar types of situations. So, we're going to be there to support you through all of this and to help you get through it. I remember my first life coach was really helpful when my family had all these questions about, can you actually make money as a life coach? Are you crazy? You went to school to become a nurse and all these things. So I'm really grateful for her that she helped me to remember my goals and keep me moving forward. And that's what we're going to do for you in this coach training program as well, is to help you to stay focused, not get distracted by what anyone else is doing or thinking, so you feel successful in your journey with becoming an online life coach. The 10th thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is the classic, I don't have time. Right? Because most people who start to become a life coach are going to have either full-time or part-time jobs, which, right, you need some way to make the money. We're all just not sitting on a pile of cash here. Then on top of that, some of you are going to have, one kid or two kids or three kids or four kids. I have a lot of clients that have 4 to 5 kids, but just so you know, it is possible. So for example, in my coach training certification program, you need to be able to set aside 6 hours a week in order to attend the two-hour trainings each week, and then to have a little bit of time to do the homework and then do the peer coaching as well. And then once you graduate and you become certified, then I say you usually need about 2 hours a day to work on your coaching business, 1 to 2 hours a day, which anyone can find 1 to 2 hours a day to do that. Or it may even be less. I have some clients who during the week, they focus on their day job, and then on the weekends, they focus on their coaching business. Again, no right or wrong way to do this, but you can find a way to make it work. If this is something that you want bad enough, you're going to find a way to make the time work, because, right, the more time that you're spending saying, I don't have time, then that is less money that you're making, that's less clients that you're helping, and that is not creating the life that you actually desire to live. So you will find a way to make it work. You may have to get really creative. Sometimes students will attend classes on their, lunch break for their full-time day job, or sometimes you have to get up an hour earlier. You have to stay up an hour later. Just know it's not forever. And a lot of times too, the reason you're doing this is because you want to have your own business. You want to have the freedom. You want to have the flexibility so you can leave your full-time day job and you can work for yourself. I have to say that is the best. I think that is one of the top things that I absolutely love about having my own coaching business is I get to take naps in the middle of the day. I get to take my son to his doctor's appointments. I don't have to worry about PTO or missing work. I am my own boss. I create my own schedule. It is just, I think, the best way to live and to take care of myself and my family. I can take yoga classes during the day. So it is worth it. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit in the beginning, but also too, all of my students and my clients are like, oh my gosh, Krista, these sessions are so fun with you. And they look forward to the sessions each week, right? Because it's a time where you get to connect with the other students. You get to work on personal development and healing. You get to learn about the things that you're really interested in. So it's going to be really fun and exciting. It's not just watching boring ass videos in front of you. This is live interaction with a sacred, like-minded community, and getting to work on yourself while you're working on helping others at the same time. I think that's a win-win. Okay, so the 11th thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is maybe you don't have enough energy, or you're feeling sick, or you're not healthy enough. A lot of times sensitive empaths will have chronic illness or autoimmune issues as well. And this is what attracts a lot of people to becoming a life coach, is because you can literally lie in your bed and make money and help change other people's lives. How amazing is that? I don't have a chronic illness. When I first became pregnant, those first 3 months, every time I moved, I thought I was going to throw up. I was extremely tired. It was extremely challenging. And so I would when I was working for a coach training company at that time, and I was like literally laying on my bed with like ice rags on my head and soda and crackers by my bedside table. And I was still doing my meetings. And then like I would still have client calls throughout the week. And they knew I was honest with them, and they knew that I was pregnant and everything, but I was still able to show up for an hour and hold space for them. So it is possible. Even, if you have chronic pain or you're not feeling the best, like just remember that this is flexible and you can do this on your own schedule. And I found too that having the distraction, like, when I was not feeling well at that time, having the distraction of getting to be present with my client and really help them to achieve their goals actually ended up helping me to feel even better. Just remember that coaching can be an amazing form of self-care. It can be incredibly healing for yourself. I also think sometimes too, have to ask ourselves, like, why are we in chronic pain, or why do we have an autoimmune illness? Is it because we're not living our life in integrity? Are we stressed out? Are we overwhelmed? Are we working too many hours at our day job? So again, that's the beautiful thing, is a coaching business gives us so much flexibility, where we actually get to prioritize taking care of ourselves. And also something too is that you get to use your coaching business as a platform to speak your truth and share your message with the world, which I can't literally think of anything that's more healing than that. By writing my book and doing my weekly Facebook Lives and these YouTube videos, by getting to show up and say, this is who I am, and this is what I believe in, and this is what I want to teach you all. Like, it has just healed so many things within me. I don't see running a coaching business as a thing that like adds to more life stress and takes away from my energy. I see it as a way that gives back to my energy and fulfills me and help me to be healthier. So if you have that relationship with your coaching business, then it is going to help you to be the healthiest version of yourself. Okay, and the last thing, the 12th thing that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach is not knowing exactly what to offer your clients and what to charge for your rates. Again, no worries, babe. I got you. That's what you are going to learn in my life coach certification program. We have so many modules that's going to help you to figure out your pricing, figuring out your coaching offers, figuring out your niche, figure out your marketing platform. Like, you will walk away from my coach training program having your online coaching business built from scratch, having all the clarity and all the answers, because it's hard to figure this shit out by yourself. When I was a nurse, like, I could deliver babies. I knew how to deliver babies. I didn't know how to start an online business, right? So most people don't know that stuff. So that's what this training is here to teach you. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. We'll give you, templates, and we'll give you like, okay, this is kind of like the standard in the industry for a new life coach, like what to charge and what to offer and everything. So you'll have an idea of what's common, but then also you'll have the creativity and the flexibility to design what feels best for you, what feels good for you. And that's going to look different for every life coach. So again, beautiful thing about this is there's no right or wrong way to do this, and you will be supported the entire time to walk away, having your coaching website done, having your sales page done, knowing what your coaching package is going to look like, how to sell your coaching package, how to market your coaching package online. All of those, probably really big, scary things right now. We're going to help you with that. We're going to help you to figure that out, because I've seen a lot of coach training programs that don't offer that kind of business support. Like, they teach you the coaching skills and then they're like, okay, that's it. Good luck. See you later. Sayonara. You need to learn coaching skills in order to become a great coach, but that's not going to help you to make money. That's not going to help you to find clients. So that's why in my training, the first 3 months, module 1, you'll learn everything you need to know to become an excellent transformational coach. Second module, last 3 months, we're going to do all of the business building, marketing, sales, all of that stuff. So you understand it. It feels good in your body. You know how to implement it. Easy, simple, actionable steps, which is what I love and desire. It's going to be so much fun. building your coaching business. Okay, so that's it. Let's quickly review. What are the 12 things that might be stopping you from becoming a life coach? Is one, thinking you have to be perfect and have your shit together. Second is being afraid of failing. Third is feeling like you'll never be able to replace your income from your full-time job. 4 is you have to have your niche already figured out. 5 is thinking you have to have a background in psychology or health-related field or marketing or sales. 6 is not having the money to start. 7 is the confidence. Who am I to change people's lives? 8 is thinking you have had to go on through hard life events. 9 is being worried about what your friends and family will think. 10 is being worried that you don't have enough time. 11 is being worried that you don't have enough energy or good enough health. And 12 is not knowing what to offer your clients. All right, so if you found this video really helpful and valuable and you're like, fuck yeah, I want to work with Krista this fall. I want her to train me and help me to become a certified life coach. I want you to click on that little link below in the description box or here in the iCard and sign up for the fall life coach training waitlist. So you'll be the first to be notified when spots open up. There's not going to be a lot. There's probably going to be about 6 spots opening. So you're going to want to be the first one notified when those spots open up. And then I'll have some early bird specials as well, some discounts to help you out to get started. And I'll also have a little gift waiting for you when you sign up for the waitlist as well. So thanks again for watching this and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited for you to become a certified life coach moving forward and to be able to really create the freedom and flexibility while making an amazing income and impact in this world. All right, you're amazing. Have a great day, coach. Bye.